Have you ever wanted to try stand-up paddleboarding but didn't know where to start? You'll want to stick around. Welcome back to Outdoor Skills Made Easy. You know, a lot of people are intimidated because they want to try some stand-up paddleboarding, but they really don't know where to begin. So let me show you some of the basics. This is actually an inflatable board which you can roll up and put in a backpack and store in the back of your car. The paddle that we've got here can collapse down, and so this is a great one if you don't have like a truck or a van or something to transport your boards. You can see in the background I've got a couple of hard surface boards, and then of course this, as I said, was blow up. Let's start by talking about the basic parts of the board. The nose at the front, then the side is basically called the rail on every board, and the back is the tail. So if you're talking to someone, you can talk about the tail and the design of the tail. And this is the deck. So if you're choosing a board that you want to have a little more stability, you'll choose one that has a wider deck. And I love this board. It's got some options on the front. It's got some bungees. I generally carry a throw bag or maybe a dry bag that has some lunch or some snacks in it when I'm going. So I can just stow those under there and keep them nice and secure. The other thing that you want to look at is this one has a handle for transporting the board, so it's easy to pick up and move around. And on this particular board, the leash is attached to the handle. There are a couple of options that you have when you're choosing ankle leashes. There's a straight leash, which is basically a rope that you'll tie to your ankle. But if you're doing moving water, or if you're on something that may be snagged, you'll want to go with a coiled leash. A lot of boards have the option of attaching the leash to the tail of the board. So make sure you get one that's comfortable for you. You notice that we've got the board that's propped up on a little cooler just to keep the fins off of the ground. And it's got a great option for blowing up the board. So you can just pop this little nozzle open. This one comes with a pump. We can easily attach the pump, push in, turn, and we can pump up our board. This also has a pressure gauge on the pump, which you can watch and tell when you're ready to go. This paddle came with the board, but if you're out buying your own paddle, you want to think about a couple of things. When you're in the water and you're paddling, the blade should be totally submerged, and then the grip of your paddle should be about shoulder height. So I just put the grip on my toe and then look and see, is my blade going to be shoulder height when it's in the water? And this has an adjustable handle here, so I can open that up, move it to the correct height. You can notice that there's some numbers on there. Just choose my number, clip it in, and I'm ready to go. Most boards have the handle for carrying, but if you've got young kids that are learning to paddleboard, just put one on the nose and on the tail, and they can carry it together. It's important when you're launching your stand-up paddleboard that you pay attention to the fin. You want to get it far enough out into the water so you're not dragging it on the bottom. As you're ready, just put on your ankle strap. And I prefer to have water shoes. A lot of people will go without them, but for me it gives me a little bit of a better grip. And then as you're getting onto your stand-up paddleboard, take your paddle, put it across the board, kneel down, and push off. A lot of the strokes that we use are the same that we taught in our canoeing videos. For example, power stroke, sweep stroke, which will turn you. You can do a reverse sweep, and you can do a draw stroke that pulls you sideways. The one thing that I do want to show is notice the paddle bend is facing backwards, not forwards. Here we go. The most common technique for standing up is very simple. A little momentum, put your paddle down, 1 foot, 2 feet, get your balance, and you're off. So these boys are brand new to stand-up paddleboards, and so they're not going to be as smooth as you would think on a training video. But we've taught them how to kneel down and then try and stand up. Let's see how it goes. Okay guys, go ahead and paddle away. Use the technique that we taught and stand up. Put your paddles across the board. There you go, good job. Get your balance. Nicely done. Riley's on a hard board and he's actually using the canoe paddle. And this, of course, is his first time too. And he's doing pretty good. This board has probably had hundreds, maybe thousands of kids trying to learn to stand up paddleboard. It's pretty well worn. Nice job, guys. At some point, everyone falls off their board. And so if you're going to fall off, try and not shoot your board forward, but you want to try and stumble to the side. And if you can, have presence of mind, try and sandwich your board between your feet and see if you can stay close to it. Let's see how the boys do. Stand-up paddleboards does not have a huge learning curve. We hope that you guys have learned something, and we hope that you can go out and enjoy yourselves and stay safe. And we hope that you'll join us again at OSMEtv.